Hey Elevate, welcome to our summer survival series. These are messages that we do for you. We post them every Monday to get you through the summer. So today I want to tell you about this thing that we have in our house called the diaper pail. I have 2-year-old twins, not potty trained yet, still in diapers. So if you remember having a younger sibling, or maybe you have a younger sibling right now who's in diapers, you have to have this thing called a diaper pail. Because what it is you take off the dirty, poopy, gross diaper and you roll it up, and you don't want to throw it in the trash because there's odor that gets away and escapes up in there. But the diaper pail is a specially constructed kind of trash can that has a hinged door on it. So when you pop it in there, the door pops back up, and that keeps the odor from getting out into your house. This is good. Except there's a day that comes when the diaper pail is full. And you can pop the hinge down, but there's so much in there it won't pop up again. And then you get stuck with the nasty job of emptying the diaper pail. And when you empty the diaper pail, you have to go underneath and you got to pull the bag down and you got to cut it off with the blade, and then you hold your breath, because for a few gross seconds, the stench and the stink and the odor of probably 30 to 40 diapers that are stuffed in that thing gets away into the house. And if you make the mistake of breathing in, oh my gosh, you don't want to make the mistake of breathing in. So as quickly as you can, you tie off that bag and then you get it out of your house and you dump it in the trash cans outside. Now, Friday is trash day at our house. My kids go nuts when they hear the trash truck coming. They love watching the trash truck. I love watching the trash truck for a different reason. Because when the trash truck comes and gets our gray barrel, that's where our general trash goes, and dumps it in there, I know that those stinky, nasty bags full of nasty diapers are finally leaving my house and my property for good. Bye-bye trash truck, bye-bye gross diapers, you are gone from my life. Now let's talk about sin. Sin is the gross, nasty, the Bible uses the word detestable things in our life. Sin is actually detestable to God. That's what the book of Proverbs says, that there's things that God hates. They are not designed by Him. They're not meant to be in our lives or in the world, but they do exist, but they're detestable to God. And see, the thing is, when you're a Christian, part of what's going on with you is you are supposed to be becoming like God. So sin should also be detestable to you. More on that in just a second. But I was thinking about it, and just kind of like the dirty, gross diapers in my house, we all have different ways of handling our sin. Some people don't believe in sin at all. They would say sin does not exist at all. So they live in their sin, but they're blind to it. They absolutely can't see it. That'd be kind of like me just leaving gross diapers out all around my house. You would come over to my house. I'd probably be used to the stench by that time, but you'd walk in and go, "What in the world is going on?" And that's like a person who does not believe in sin. There's other people who believe in sin, but they claim that they don't have sin. They can point out other people's sins, other people's grossness and detestableness in their lives, but for them, I'm good. I'm a pretty good person. Do you know that the Bible speaks exactly to that? In the book of 1 John, it says, if we claim to be without sin, we deceive ourselves. We lie to ourselves, and the truth is not in us. And so you can hide your sin. Hiding your sin is like, yeah, I know I did that wrong thing. Yeah, I know that I constantly mistreat that person, but I'm not going to admit that to anybody else. I just hide it. That's kind of like what happens when I throw a dirty diaper in the diaper pail. For the moment, it's taken care of. For the moment, I don't have to look at it. I don't have to smell it. I don't have to touch it. Ugh, gross diapers. You don't want to touch those things. So it's away. It's just like out of the way. No more dirty diaper until the day comes that you got to empty the diaper pail like I talked about. You can make excuses for your sin. Excuses for your sin would be like, if I just let the diaper pail pile up to the point where the trapdoor never came back, the stench was still there, and my wife said, "Mark, what are you doing? Empty the diaper pail." And I would just go, "Come on, are you kidding? Of course kids have poopy diapers. Don't blame me for that. It's just the way that it is." It's like making excuses for your sin. And none of those first 4 ways, not believing in sin, claiming that you don't have sin, hiding your sin, or making excuses for your sin, are acceptable. They're not. There's a 5th way and a 6th way. The 5th way is to acknowledge it. It's to own it. It's to say, even though I threw that gross diaper in the diaper pail and right now I can't see it, I can't smell it, I can't touch it, one day I'm going to have to really, really deal with it. That's good. Number 5 is good, but number 6 is the best. And that's to confess it. Because when we confess it, we're giving it to God and we're saying, God, I agree, this is detestable. This should not be in my life. When we confess it, we're not just going, do, it's done. We're seeking to understand why we did what we did. It's the opposite of hiding it and just ignoring it. It's looking it in the face and going, yeah, I was really mean when I said that. When I posted that thing that I shouldn't have posted, that was wrong. When I talked back to my mom and dad and they didn't deserve that, that was wrong. When we confess it, we're opening the diaper pail again and we're going, yeah, that's awful. Not only is it awful, it was made by me. Another thing that happens when we confess it is we think about guarding ourselves against it. So we're saying that was so wrong, that is so not a part of who I want to be, that I'm going to make every effort not to adopt this as a habit in my life. Because some of the most sinful things in our lives are things that we do again and again and again, and kind of like letting poopy diapers pile up in my house. We grow so used to it, we don't even understand how detestable it is to other people and certainly not to God. The last thing that happens when we confess it, the Bible promises, if we confess our sins to God, He's faithful, He's fair, He'll forgive our sins and cleanse our consciences of everything that we've done wrong. It's a promise that the Bible makes. Now, and this is where the comparison with the diaper pail breaks down, because poop in little kids is inevitable. And it's necessary. I want my kids to do that. Otherwise, they're going to get really sick and we got other problems on our hands. Sin is not necessary. It's not. And just because we live in a sinful world and everybody else is doing it or all my friends cuss, that's not an excuse. God doesn't look at that and go, oh yeah, okay, no big deal. No. Sin is detestable to Him. And so as we become like God, our filter for what's acceptable, for what we feel comfortable with, it should go up. It should become tougher and tighter, just like God. That we look at certain things that we used to say, certain things that we used to find funny, certain ways that we used to treat other people, and we go, no more. I'm not going there because that's not who I want to be. Romans 12, verse 9. Love must be sincere, and in our attitudes towards God, our attitudes towards other people in our lives, attitudes towards ourselves, attitude towards strangers out in the world who we've never met, we should have the attitude of love. Jesus said, love is the most important commandment. So hate what is evil, cling to what is good. This week, may you hate what is evil, but cling to what is good. Think about and deal with the sin that's in your life that keeps you from loving the way that you should. And God is right there at your side. And if you're a Christian, He is right there inside, helping you fight that battle against the sin that's so detestable. Take care, guys. Have a great week.